You're ready to buy your first serious woodworking saw. But there's one problem. Should you buy a table saw or a miter saw? Both are workshop essentials. Both can transform your woodworking. But buying the wrong one could cost you hundreds of dollars. Today, we're putting the table saw and the miter saw head to head to find out which one you should actually buy first. Let's get started. First, what are these tools designed to do? A table saw has a circular blade that sticks up through a flat table. You push the wood through the blade to make long, accurate cuts. It's the king of ripping lumber and breaking down boards. A miter saw is completely different. The blade comes down from above, making fast and accurate crosscuts, angle cuts, and trim work. It's designed for cutting boards to length. Now let's compare cutting accuracy. Both tools are extremely accurate, but for different jobs. The table saw excels at perfectly straight rip cuts. The miter saw excels at perfectly square crosscuts and precise angle cuts. Neither is more accurate overall, they're simply accurate in different ways. Next, versatility. This is where the table saw takes the lead. A table saw can perform rip cuts, crosscuts with a sled, bevel cuts, dados, joinery, and many other woodworking operations. Many woodworkers consider it the heart of the workshop. The miter saw focuses mainly on cutting boards to length. It does that job exceptionally well, but it's more specialized. Now let's compare speed. When cutting dozens of identical boards, a miter saw is incredibly fast. Simply place the board, pull the handle, and you're finished. For ripping plywood or hardwood, the table saw is much faster and easier. Each tool dominates its own category. Let's discuss sheet goods. If you regularly work with plywood, MDF, or large panels, the table saw has a huge advantage. It allows consistent, repeatable cuts that are difficult to achieve with a miter saw. A miter saw simply isn't designed for cutting large sheets. Now, trim and framing. This is where the miter saw shines. Baseboards, crown molding, picture frames, deck boards, and framing lumber are all cut quickly and accurately. The ability to make perfect 45-degree and compound cuts makes it essential for finished carpentry. Let's compare safety. Both tools require respect. The table saw has more exposed blade during operation, so proper technique, push sticks, and safety equipment are extremely important. A miter saw keeps the blade enclosed until the cut begins, which many beginners find less intimidating. Regardless of which tool you choose, always use proper safety practices. Now let's talk about portability. A miter saw is usually much easier to transport. Take it to a job site, set it on a stand, and start cutting. Table saws, especially cabinet saws, are much heavier and better suited for permanent workshops. Now let's compare price. Entry-level versions of both tools are available at similar prices. However, professional-grade table saws usually become much more expensive than professional miter saws. Your budget may influence which one makes more sense. Finally, who should buy which one? Choose a table saw if you build furniture, cabinets, bookshelves, or work with plywood and hardwood regularly. Choose a miter saw if you build decks, install trim, frame walls, or frequently cut dimensional lumber to length. So, which one should you buy first? If your goal is serious woodworking and furniture making, the table saw is usually the better first investment. If you're focused on home improvement, construction, or trim work, the miter saw will probably serve you better. The truth is, Most professional woodworkers eventually own both. They complement each other, rather than replace one another. Now I'd like to hear from you. If you could buy only one saw today, would you choose the table saw, or the miter saw? Tell us your choice in the comments below. If you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to subscribe for more woodworking buying guides, tool comparisons, workshop upgrades, and practical woodworking tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.